skip that. Some quick development guidelines. Wrap this up. Consider bitmaps over vectors. Keep them as small as possible. Do use vectors. Keep them as simple as possible. Test out any animations with the quality of the stage. You may forget that you can change the stage quality and the rendering capability. That might help you. Filters, blends, transparency, all those things, those really impact the performance. Your mobile phone is about as powerful as your computer was 7 years ago. So think about, running your application on the original iMac. And that'll start to get you a sense of where you are. Like I mentioned, we have some help with the GPU. So if you set your rendering mode to the GPU, there's a bit of a black magic about all this. Sometimes it is, sometimes it is better. You do need to set your cache's bitmap as true, as well as cache's bitmap. So there's some links on some examples playing around with that. So if you are in more of a game format, definitely something to play around with. Terry Patton out of Australia is a really good game developer and has written some stuff about this as well. Apply into some text. Avoid TLF. Okay, backgrounds are always good. Check out your anti-aliasing. Don't update your text as much as possible. A lot of times I see some sloppy code. Look at using append text versus just text plus equals. A lot faster. Text things. Need to consider both orientations. Talk about that. We also need to talk about display objects. So don't necessarily, I'm getting my beach ball here, always use a movie clip. If it's interactive, no timeline, use a sprite. You need animation, use a movie clip. If they're not interactive, use a shape. We have all this capability. They definitely, as you can see, have impact on memory, and memory is something you need to be considerate of. So, an object is only 16 bytes, a movie clip is 416. That can add up really fast. Think about what's going on here. Whether or not to turn the alpha on, remove the child where it's visible, clean up your event listings. You really have to be a much cleaner and more careful coder in the mobile space because your app will blow up a lot faster. Wrapping up, there's some great resources out there. So there's Developing Android Applications by Romy Grozer. I was a tech reviewer on that one. Really good book. Slightly older version of Air, but still a great foundation. Joseph's book, Android Development or Android Cookbook, it's a couple months old. Really great book. There's also, Joseph has another one on What's New in Air 3. That's going to be a free ebook from O'Reilly published next month. Some great stuff on the Adobe Developer Connection. And with that, I thank you. So open it up a little bit to questions, or if we want to hand it over to the next speaker, your call. Again, thanks.